Dear netizens, this video is about Russia and Ukraine. There have been some new developments. I'll keep an eye on it. Let's see if I can clear Trump of suspicion. I'm a fair person. If he really does take tough measures against Russia, then of course he wouldn't be under Russia's control. We sincerely hope that he will continue to grow even stronger and become more courageous in his unwavering support for Ukraine. This is crucial because we absolutely never want to see the aggressor ultimately emerge victorious in the end, as that would set a dangerous precedent for the future. Trump announced that the United States will provide support to Ukraine through NATO countries, supplying Ukraine with the most advanced weapons. At the same time, threatening Russia if an agreement to end the war is not reached within 50 days. The toughest tariffs will be imposed on Russia. I've talked about this. If you dare to take this step, it will absolutely clear any suspicion. It has already been reported that this would clear Trump of suspicion, because he said he would impose a 100% tariff on any country that buys Russian oil. The main ones are China and India. India immediately didn't dare to buy it. If there is a second-tier tariff, can they impose a 100% tariff on China? Because if China retaliates with a 100% tariff, then it's back to how things were before. And as long as China and India don't buy Russian oil, Russia would immediately give in. The economy would collapse immediately. Trump's proposed aid model is for European allies to donate their current weapons systems. For example, Ukraine is in urgent need of Patriot missile systems. So the US would sell advanced replacements to these allies. You donate your equipment to Ukraine, and then I'll sell you something even more advanced. Ruta confirmed that the United States has already decided to provide support through NATO, massively supplying Ukraine. Why is this being reported this time? Because it is being provided on a large scale, and European countries are covering these costs. This includes Finland, Denmark, Sweden, Norway, the Netherlands, and Canada. In fact, all 6 of these countries possess these advanced weapons. Start by having them donate first, with European countries providing their own Patriot air defense systems. This is the key equipment that allows Ukraine to withstand deadly Russian airstrikes, mainly ballistic missiles, as well as those that aren't ballistic. It is also a medium-range missile. Trump said the US would send more Patriot anti-aircraft missiles to Ukraine. State-of-the-art weapons worth billions of dollars, quickly sent to the battlefield. Applaud. I believe this is not a lie. To support Ukraine, if I were Putin today, I would reconsider whether to negotiate more seriously with Ukraine. Ruta said. This is what Ruta said. Trump nodded beside him. Zelensky said on X, after his meeting with Ruta. There was also a phone call with Trump, and grateful for Trump's willingness to support Ukraine and cooperate to end the killings, establish a lasting and just peace. Zelensky finally knows how to deal with Trump. It's just to accommodate him. He then went to the NATO summit to meet Trump and put on a suit. When asked about relations with Putin, Trump said, I talked to him a lot. Very friendly conversations. Russia continues to launch devastating airstrikes against Ukraine. He was not happy. The intensity and frequency of these airstrikes are increasing. It's just not giving me any respect. Trump has a point. You have to give these people face. You can't make him lose face. You have to pet a cat's fur in the right direction. Trump said that after this happened 3 or 4 times, you'll say, there's no point in talking. He finally understood this. Actually, it was at the White House that day. Zelensky said, this person often goes back on his word. There's no point in talking to him. So he got scolded for it. After all these years, it's already been proven that he deceived a lot of people. Clinton, Bush, Obama, Biden. But he couldn't fool me. Just talking about it isn't enough. You have to take action. The plan went smoothly. That's pretty impressive. 12 to 13 Patriot systems. But actual delivery could take up to a year. It's not bad to deliver at least 3 or 4 more sets. The Wall Street Journal reported on the 19th. Trump has already decided to put Germany ahead of Switzerland, giving priority to receive the next batch of Patriots. Switzerland had placed an order. Now Germany has jumped the queue. Germany handed over its current 2 sets to Ukraine. This decision was confirmed by 3 US officials. Having a few more sets will make a big difference. They can be deployed more densely. The United States and some European countries. There's one more thing. Why am I talking about this news today? Russia's $245 billion in frozen assets can be used to buy weapons. Use this $245 billion to support Ukraine. Let Moscow, which is so fond of war, foot the bill for Kyiv's military and reconstruction. If you take it from the $245 billion and use $100 billion to buy weapons for Ukraine, then Russia won't be able to keep fighting. The weapons that the US recently approved for Kyiv are being paid for by the interest from Russian assets frozen by Europe and the US. Now, it's the interest that's footing the bill. And that's not all. Reconstruction will also be covered by the frozen assets. This Monday, Trump said during a speech at the White House, for Ukraine, the worst possible outcome has already been avoided. So, what is the worst possible outcome? It's that the United States refuses to provide air defense and other critical weapons. That's not going to happen. The clever plan that was recently announced is to allow all of Russia's frozen assets to be provided to Ukraine in the form of loans. But these assets will have to be returned to Russia after the war. So what should we do then? That's how it is. The condition for returning it to Russia is that Russia must comply with the reparations rulings made by post-war international tribunals. Because Russia's invasion of Ukraine is an illegal act. Let me explain it to everyone. I used some of your money. After the war, I can return it to you. But there's a condition for returning it to you. That is, you have to comply with the international tribunal. The money for reparations to Ukraine will be allocated from there. And you must have broken the law. When the time comes, you'll have to pay a huge sum. It'll be deducted right there. Do you know? This will really hurt Putin. Use his own money against him. Zelensky said this in an interview with the New York Post. He and Trump are considering a deal. There's also another fantastic agreement. Washington is buying Ukrainian drones. Ukraine's drone manufacturing capability is very strong. The ones from Washington are really expensive. The Ukrainian ones are cheap. Reuters reported. Ukrainian drones have been tested on the battlefield. They can penetrate up to 1,300 kilometers into Russian territory. I think Taiwan should buy Ukrainian drones because it's cheap. If it can go as deep as 1,300 kilometers, it could reach Beijing and Shanghai. That's a serious matter, given the vastness of China's territory. It's also impossible to fully defend against drones. This has been confirmed. Let me tell you, this is definitely a serious issue. Zelensky said in an interview with the New York Post on the 16th that Americans need this technology. Your arsenal needs it. It places very large orders. Buying from Ukraine. Ukraine is expanding its equipment while fighting its own war, some of which will be delivered later, to pay off debts. This is quite ingenious. Ukrainian drone tactics are extremely effective in real combat. The 27 member states of the European Commission decided to set the price per barrel at just under $48 and implement new bans. This price difference forced Russia to lower its prices again. It used to be $60. Push the price down to $48 again. Make it earn a little less money. In order to counter Russia, a flood of witness drones has arrived. Now, a new type of aircraft has been designed, with tens of thousands of smaller, faster, and cheaper interceptor drones to hunt down Russian attack drones. You know that, too. Attack drones cost tens of thousands of dollars each. You can't use missiles to intercept them. In fact, the real method is to use drones to fight drones. Ukraine has already signed contracts for tens of thousands of interceptor drones. Interceptor drones are controlled by humans. The operators control them from underground. They're not controlled from the shore. They see your drone coming and attack you, while the Patriot missiles provided by the United States are crucial for intercepting ballistic missiles. Russia still launches several hundred drones a day. Witness drones that cost tens of thousands of dollars. You use a $3.3 million missile to shoot them down. That's just absurd. In the past, they used mobile air defense teams, firing at them with machine guns. But now they've changed their tactics. They fly very high, then swoop down. The interception rate dropped from 95% to 36%. It soared to a high altitude. You could just use aircraft to attack them. Ukraine will deploy its attack-type FPV drones. First-person view. They've been modified into interceptor drones specialized in hunting aerial targets. These air killers only cost a few $1,000s each. This has flipped the cost equation. Now, a few $1,000s can take out your tens of thousands of dollars worth of equipment. Rogozin, CEO of the Russian United Aircraft Corporation, revealed a project called Clear Sky. They have already used interceptor drones to shoot down 500 Shahid drones. Now, it's also more costly for the attacker than for the defender. It's a question of offense and defense. Whose costs are lower? There are also rumors that Azerbaijan has sent 10,000 people into Ukraine to join the fight, transferred to Zaporizhia. Although Chinese websites claim that this group of soldiers are mercenaries recruited from Azerbaijan, some people say that among these troops, 70% are veterans who fought in the 2020 Armenian Civil War. With combat experience, they know how to operate drones. Azerbaijan recently had a falling out with Russia. Russia is furious. It is said that Russia is moving tens of thousands of troops, sending them south to confront Azerbaijan. But deploying tens of thousands of troops is also a huge strain on Russia. As for the remaining 30% of these Azerbaijani troops, they are veterans who once took part in Turkey's Euphrates Shield operation and are familiar with NATO's intelligence and information networks. They are skilled in using Turkish weaponry, including electronic warfare equipment. Through recruiting retired soldiers, they participate as volunteer soldiers. Brave One, an arms investment and procurement group supported by the Ukrainian government, stated that Ukraine will allow foreign arms companies to test their latest weapons on the Russian front lines. Who wants to test weapons? Come to the Russian front and give it a try. See if your new weapon works or not. Brave One group pointed out that the Ukrainian testing program allows various arms companies to send their products to Ukraine, whether they are offensive or defensive weapons, shipped to Ukraine. They provide instructions on how to use it, then wait for the Ukrainian army to test it and send back a report. If it doesn't work, they make improvements. It's like a huge laboratory. All the companies are highly interested. But he did not disclose the list of companies that have signed up, or how it operates. That's a military secret. Brave One puts together a list of the military technologies that Ukraine most wants to test first, like air defense technology, drone interception. Recently, Rheinmetall also invented a method for intercepting drones, an artificial intelligence guidance system, and all solutions for countering gliding munitions. Gliding munitions are what cause the most damage, equal to JDAM in the United States. Drop a bomb down at a distance. It's heavy. Ukraine appointed a new prime minister on Thursday. Sviridenko. This woman. Government reshuffle. Because we have been fighting for 3 years, there is a need to breathe new life into the country. The government seeks to maintain harmony with its allies. The former prime minister may have offended the United States. Ms. Tkachenko is Minister of Economy. Experience in international negotiations. The woman is a lot softer. This prime minister of Ukraine posted on social media on the 17th. The new government's top priority for the next 6 months is to improve quality, guarantee the increase in local weapons production. I think so. You gave Ukraine so much money. It's better to give it weapons than money. Give it some raw materials. Ukraine's manpower used to produce weapons. Of course it's cheaper, and also more convenient and suitable.